Is now called to order. Chair, member, and committee reports,
No.
mail, phone messages,
No?
public inquiries,
No.
approval of minutes,
We will continue to our next meeting. We have
Okay.
not, they have not been reviewed.
35 North Main Street.
I believe it will be continued to January, is it 8th? January 8th.
For Oxford Road, oh, I need a motion to continue.
I make a motion to continue to January 8th. 7
Second.
p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. For Oxford Road.
Yes, I should have Chris on the call to present the project. This is the sub-fire station for the town. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
How are
Nice
you?
Nice to finally meet you.
For sure. You have the floor.
All right, great. So my name is Chris Odney. I'm with Niche Engineering, and we're representing the town for this project for 4 Oxford Road, which is the fire substation. I'm not sure if Mina, he might have shown up in person, or if he was trying to enter the meeting. He would be the architect with Context Architecture. Have you seen him on the call?
Can you look at the call? No, it's not on the call and not here.
Okay, that's fine. I can give a brief overview. I'm going to share my screen just to show you the plans.
Oh, he's just got here. Yep. How are you?
Oh, perfect.
If you want to sit right here so you can kind of talk to him at the same time.
Hey, Chris.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Hey, Mina. All right, so I'll give you a second to take your jacket off.
I'm ready.
All right, so Mina, I was just introducing the project. Just to jump right into it, if you could just give a real quick rundown of what the project is, and then I can jump into the wetlands. Alright.
The project is a small fire station. It's a substation located in the 4 Oxford Road intersection with
Can you speak
Heritage
into
Drive.
the mic?
With Heritage Drive.
Closer to you.
Thank you.
Right
Is
there.
that good?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm old and deaf.
Okay, so it's a fire substation located in intersection of 4 Oxford Road and Heritage Drive. And the area, it's about 13,000 square feet. It's 2-story building. The first floor is the apparatus, the garage, and the support rooms, admin offices, and a small meeting room. And it has some support and mechanical spaces as well. Second floor is the living quarter. It has a kitchen and dining area. It has the dorms for the firefighters and some other mechanical spaces as well. On the site, there is about 20 parking spots, 6 of them in the front, those designated for public parking. There's additional 4 parking in the back, also designated for public parking. And there's 10 parking spots being used by the fire department, either to store trailers or for staff parking.
Great. Thanks, Mina. So I'll jump into the sort of the stormwater and the wetlands part of the project. So as the project has progressed, we've actually pulled a lot of the potential work that would have been in the buffer zone and that would have impacted the wetlands back, and that's in reaction to comments that we've gotten from the town and from the peer review, which has been ongoing. We did get planning board approval a few weeks ago. I don't remember the exact date for this as well, and so that whole process has actually really decreased the impacts to the wetlands here. So. If you can see my plan here, I've got the BVW, which is adjacent to the project, that's marked up in green, 25-foot buffer in red, the 100-foot buffer in orange, and then we're not impacting it at all, but just for completeness, there's a 200-foot riverfront area off to the west of our site, which is also shown on the plan. We've also got another BVW, which is actually off the page, across the street, across Oxford Road from the project. And again, the 25-foot buffer to that is in red, and the 100-foot buffer is in orange. So the extent of the work that's being done in those areas is essentially in Oxford Road, or really in the intersection of Oxford Road, Mugget Hill Road, is this sewer service from the building. So there's a sewer pump station which will serve the new building and connect to an existing main, which is located in that intersection. That is the only work that's being proposed out there. There is overhead wires being moved on our side of the street, which will result in the overhead wires being reconnected to a pole on the other side, but there's no actual land disturbance associated with that. Moving to the south side of the project, we will be regrading the road, Heritage Drive, which leads to the school, and will also serve as the access point for fire engines and other vehicles accessing this building. So we have to level out the two entrances here for each parking lot, and so to do that, we're gonna end up regrading this roadway, and then repaving sections of it, and that's, I would say, the largest impact. That goes down, almost touches the 25-foot buffer here, but we do stay outside of it. And then beyond that, stormwater, which is gonna be generated from our site, we are increasing impervious by 0.8 acres. Is gonna be managed on site. You can see in pink here, I've outlined our two detention systems, which are gonna hold back that water. You know, just basically letting it out at a slower rate, which is gonna mitigate the increase in impervious area. We have some treatment structures to treat for phosphorus and for TSS. And then stormwater is going to be discharged to these two flared end sections, which will allow the water to flow overland in towards the wetland. Groundwater is really shallow here, it's about 3 feet deep, so we can't do infiltration in those detention systems, but we're hoping to get some infiltration overland with that discharge. That's really about it. So I guess I would open it up to any questions that you might have.
Anybody on the board have any questions? Anybody in the audience have any questions? If not,
I'm ready to close
Well,
and
I-
issue the order conditions.
okay, I need a motion to close and issue order of conditions.
Motion.
Close the order conditions? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you, Chris. I'll contact you tomorrow. So maybe, is anyone recording it for the town, or is the town recording it? Have that been addressed? Because it has to be recorded at the registry of deeds. I don't know how you wanted to proceed. I don't know if there
The
was.
city's still in the process of recording kind of transferring the property to the town ownership. I know Andrew been working with.
All right, I'll follow up with
on
Andrew
that.
then.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
Harrington Road.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, you as
Night.
well.
Right.
We will be continuing this to February 19th, pending stormwater analysis report.
February?
February. It's gonna take a bit for them to come up with the stormwater aid. It was part of a subdivision of with the A&R with more than 5 lots, so it triggered stormwater. They were not prepared for it, they don't agree with it, but so they have,
I
go
need a
through the
motion to
process.
continue.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it. McIntyre Road.
Septic system.
Yeah, so the proposed project includes the construction of a single-family home, well and driveway outside the 100-foot buffer. Only the septic system and associated grading is within the 100 feet, so it's straightforward. I would recommend closing the public hearing and issuing the order of conditions.
I need a motion to close the hearing and issue an order of conditions.
Motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Cranberry Meadow Shore Road.
Another
So-
septic.
Yeah, proposed project includes the abandonment of the existing cesspool and the installation of a new 1,500-gallon septic system, tight tank, and leach field. The proposed pump chambers, leach field, and septic tank will be within 50 feet of the buffer. The closest point to any work from the edge of the resource area is 10 feet. A section of the existing patio will be removed to accommodate the high vent during the septic installation, and the septic plan has been approved by the Board of Health. Let me just pass this around, sorry. I
Closing
didn't-
it?
Yeah, I just didn't pass the other plane around, I should have.
So they basically have nowhere else to put it.
There is no else, it's so close, but at least they are venting up. So the disturbance in the 10-feet disturbance that's close to the pond is just in order to pump it up here, but the
Right.
leach field and everything
It's
else.
out the back towards the
Up
road.
the
They
choice.
have no choice.
Yeah.
There's no other choice. It's very limited, you know, the lot is
Yeah.
very limited.
Yeah, we know, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm all set. I need a motion to close the hearing
And issue
and
the order
order
of
of conditions.
Yep.
I'll make the motion to close the hearing and issue the order of conditions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Read all those. We'll put that back in there first.
Cranberry Meadow Lake.
This one, I believe, is for the aquatic management program.
Weed
and
control.
Yeah. we
With,
can-
for weed control, so we have not had, heard from DEP, so we'll be continuing to, January 8th.
I need a motion to continue.
Motion to continue.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Quick, wait a minute, quick question. Do they already have an NOI going for that? Like, do they already, like what we had to do? Do they already have all that going? And then it's
We
a-
extended, so they
extent-
could
and
do
it-
the treatment just for this year,
Yeah,
as
and then-
long as they
yeah,
would
okay.
follow, remember that?
Yeah, and then they have
Because
to
they need-
refile.
And that's their filing.
Okay,
law. Yeah,
alright, gotcha.
to accommodate the new regulation, yeah.
Gotcha.
19 King Road.
19 King Road,
An RDA.
that was an RDA, septic. Approximately 80 feet from, the BVW, and he's adding just a little pavement area to an existing gravel driveway, which is still, around 60 feet from the BVW. So that's why I agree with an RDA. And pass around.
So you're taking a negative with conditions then?
Yeah,
So not doing any serious grading or changing your slope
No.
or anything? Okay.
And the
are we
septic's
doing with
going
it?
in the same exact spot.
same spot, and not only that, it's super flat.
Negative with conditions.
Negative determination with conditions.
I need a motion for negative determination.
Motion for a negative determination with conditions.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Is the order of conditions going with it?
Just special conditions with the RDA, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Certificate of compliance, 29 Stake Hill Road.
This, I don't know if you remember, this was a temporary substation that they did there at New England Power did for Amazon. So now they're finished their work, they're removing it, so they're closing the certificate of compliance. So I would recommend a complete certificate of compliance.
I need a motion.
Motion made.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Smith Road, Stonefield Road, and Rock Meadow Road.
I don't know if you remember, but this was a white development subdivision that came in front of the commission a few times. The order condition expired, they refiled, they were in front of planning board, but they really never started the subdivision. So they finally decided to withdraw the application, they were no longer gonna be doing the project. So their request for a certificate of compliance, and since the work has never commenced, I recommend issuing a invalid certificate of compliance, so
They
they
never did
can
the
just
work.
remove, they never did the work.
So they can just remove
Okay.
They can just remove the order from the
I
register.
need a
deeds.
motion to remove the order invalid.
it. Make a motion to issue an invalid certificate of compliance, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Second.
where I just
For-
put my folders. Where are my folders? With all my signing stuff.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Is that the,
Smith Road,
is that the same thing for
Stonefield
the next
Road,
one?
and
Same
Rock
thing.
Meadow Road again.
Yeah, they had two open order
Yeah.
conditions.
Same thing.
Make a
Yes.
motion to
Issue
issue an invalid
Invalid
certificate of compliance.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. 13 Oak Ridge Drive.
No longer applicable.
So what kind of motion do we need to make?
No motion. Next.
Okay.
We never have.
We're just gonna punt on this one.
She prematurely filed for a certificate of compliance. The project hasn't been finalized just
Okay.
yet. Yeah.
82 Pumpkin Lane.
That was related to a deck construction. I would recommend the issuance of a complete certificate of compliance.
I need a motion.
Motion.
Second.
I put it-
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Enforcement violations. Sunset Drive.
Yes, that was related to as you're aware, we have a stormwater drainage pipe running between properties there. So the property owner from 173 Sunset Drive made the decision to cut the pipe. As you know, the town owns the pipe, and according to your bylaws, we have the authority over it, and no one can touch any type of stormwater structure or change in any ways. So I'm just bringing in front of the commission. I was gonna bring it last meeting, but we didn't have the meeting. So my recommendation is to have DPW to go to the location and put the pipe back the way it was before.
Do you need a motion for this?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there-
I-
excuse
I'll
me.
need a
I
motion
just
to have
wanna
the
show-
highway
yep.
Time out.
Yeah, I just wanna show the
Is-
plan.
Sure, is the owner of the property been obviously notified and told us that we do?
Yes, and
Yeah, yeah.
he's
I'm
on.
not saying we're not doing anything wrong, but
Oh,
I
no.
figured before the DPW shows up
Shows
on
up.
this guy's property,
Yeah. No, he has been, and he has been, I requested him to wait, to not, after he understood that he could not have touched the pipe, I explained to him that he should not fix it. He wanted to correct what he did, but again, it's town property.
okay,
So I explained to him that my recommendation would be DPW to go back and put it where it was before, since it was installed by DPW, is maintained by DPW. So you have an idea where the pipe is. I
Okay.
have this one here. So clearly, we wanted that done as soon as possible. DPW was just waiting for me to bring in front of the commission. Because now as the water runs through the pipe, it doesn't get close to the lake, it's discharging, causing erosion, and that is not
Yeah, I think so.
proper for any abutter, especially for an abutter that has the wall right there, so the water is
Undermining the wall.
it could undermine
Yeah.
the wall, so it's on DPW's schedule now, so I was just waiting to bring it from the commission.
Do you need a motion on this?
Yes, they just wanted to look at it.
Okay.
Are you here for that? You may approach, yeah?
Oh, all right.
My name is Kevin Chambers, I'm the abutter, 173 Sunset Drive. There's problems with this pipe and the easement that I gave to the town to have that pipe put through my property. The end of the pipe where Ray Bonneville cut it off exits my property into his property. There's no easement in his property. During the application and the town putting this pipe in, there was 2 surveys. I have all the maps here. What happened is St. Germain put a lawsuit in. The town surveyor, when we came to court, stated that they only acknowledged that my surveyor said where my line is, not that it was the true property line. The court awarded 4 feet to St. Germain, shifted the line, not at the road, but down at the lake, increased his property. So now that pipe exits out of my property into Bonneville's land. I cannot give an easement in somebody else's property. I have been in contact with Andrew, and the town gave me the requirements to have the easement removed. We're gonna be going in front of the town at special town meeting. I've hired an attorney to draw up, to have the easement removed from my deed and from the line where it's in Bonneville's property.
Yeah.
So last year, my retaining railroad wall was falling in the lake. I came before this commission, did it legally. I pulled, when my contractor was removing the land behind where the original wall was that I bought in 1993, there was another wall behind it, closer to my house. So when the conservation gave Sandy, the lady that tried to buy my property before I did, had the wall replaced under a conservation permit through this Conservation Commission. They extended it out into the lake. That's where this problem started, before I bought the property. So when my contractor found that there was another railroad retaining wall behind the retaining wall that I was having replaced. We pulled the line back to it, back to the 160 foot from the road. That's all I bought. So now that pipe comes out into Bonneville's land through the easement that I can't give the town. So we're having the easement removed, and the pipe can stay, but there's a problem, because Bonneville is now trying to put in a boat ramp down through that part of the land. You were there the other day and saw the ditch that he's dug in there. This is the land that St. Germain filled in the whole frontage of that property. And he's increased the grades on it. If you look at the map, you have it there. Every one of the grades on the original St. Germain map, they laid it out here. And I was at the meeting, you were there, Tom, in that room. And the one thing I said to him was, I'm worried about all the drainage coming off of Sunset Drive. Since Bonneville put this house in, he's raised the grades almost 5 feet down at the lake. I gave Rose all the pictures. Have you seen any of these pictures?
No.
You can see, it's okay. You
So,
wanna see the pictures? I'll give them to you right now. This is what the property looked like when St. Germain was filling in the lake. This board turned it into the state. They got 2 findings on them for filling in the lake. This is what the property looked like up at the road originally, when St. Germain was filling in the lake off of my land. This is what it looks like when Bonneville tore the house out to put in the new house. Since he's put that house in, all of the stakes down the sideline are buried over a foot deep that the court ordered to the new line. St. Germain used to park his car between the wall and his house. That's almost 8 feet of gravel in there that Bonneville has raised the whole grades on that property. You can see the slope of it coming into the house there. Terrible picture because I'm running out of ink, but that's my dog fence on the side of the property, and I'll be glad to show you another picture. He's got 1.5 feet of gravel pushed up against my fence that's 4 feet beyond his line, the new line that was established at court. This was one of the papers at court, the evidence papers. Looking from Sunset Drive down to the lake, that's the disputed area we were talking about, the 4 feet down at the lake here, that was awarded to St. Germain. This is what they brought into court, and they scaled this map right here, that states that it's not for waterfront properties, it's just the deeds, okay? So all of the pictures that I gave Rose that shows how much land St. Germain filled in, find it here. On the front of the property, you can see all the stone. When Route 20 was being done, coming up from Richardson's Corner years ago, all of that stone was pulled out of there and put in there. I've got a picture here somewhere. You can see it here. This is after St. Germain filled it in. You can see the frontage over here. Now you look at Bonneville's map here, okay? He's showing that he's got another 14 feet out into the water's edge on the other side of my property that you gotta see these pictures. You have to come down and see how much land he has.
Kevin, I think we had that discussion about the 3 years.
It doesn't matter about the filling. When I was here at the board, all of these elevations on this plan, where it was the original St. Germain's property, have changed. He's added almost 8 feet of property up here and 4 or 5 feet down here.
So you're contesting that the grading,
It's not
It's-
grading, it's elevation change.
the elevation has changed as shown on the approved plan?
Yeah, you don't have to be there's where he stretched it out into the lake. See the concrete from the fence? That was the original end, where the fence ended. See that whelked around cement thing near the fence? That used to be the well cover that was right here on his property, on that deed. Find you a better picture here. This is where he's cut off the pipe. See it?
I can see that.
Okay? This is the one that really fries my butt.
Only one?
Oh, there's a lot, trust me. Find it here. When I gave the easement to the town, those are the fence posts that I was putting in to make a better neighbor, to stop the fighting, if you remember all the
Oh, I
ditch
think we all
diggings.
do, yeah.
Okay. So I didn't put that fence in until the town came in and said, we said your survey is true. That's where this all started, this problem. This one, you gotta see this. Oop. See how much dirt he's got, the elevation he's added into that yard? Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or a geologist.
So I think at this point,
Come on.
as, if there is a,
So,
Hold on 1 second, but 1 second, Kev, okay?
yep,
Rose?
if there is a complaint about elevation, we usually don't, if there is a change of elevation from the approved plan, it comes as an as-built at the end of the project when they request a certificate of compliance. But we don't usually get complaints related to elevation change because, you know, it's unusual, but clearly he is complaining about, I am not an engineer to go there and verify that he changed the elevation associated with the approved plan. Clearly, I can see, it's visible to the eye that his land is definitely higher than compared to his abutter, to his abutter. So it's up to the commission to request information at this point so he can prove whether or not the elevation is according to the approved plan, or waiting till the entire work is completed. But if they rework
I
it,
don't think I'd do that. I'd
right,
just do it now.
I'd rather do it now.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with that.
Right, so what we could do is make a motion to request him to provide information.
Him being Bonneville.
Bonneville, to associate it with the elevation. So we would need to have an engineer telling me that the elevation on the approved plan is what it depicts on the field right now. So, and until then, I think either, I don't know if the commission wants to stop him from disturbing until that information is proposed, is submitted,
Yeah.
or, because I think the further he continues it, the more change there will be, and if he really has increased that amount of
Well,
elevation.
probably be a good idea that he knows we're looking at him. Obviously.
Oh, I will
he's-
notify him tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
yeah, of
okay.
course.
I need a motion then?
To request him to provide information associated with the
Elevation.
elevation.
Changes in, any changes in elevation
That
based off
is
the original
not,
plan.
that is not,
Okay.
related to the approved plan.
I need a motion
I
for
might
that.
giving him a stop work order until that information is submitted, or am I allowing him to continue working?
That's up to the board.
So I think that's just a decision that has to be, because he will ask, and I don't wanna make that decision myself.
So do we need to do a stop work order, or we,
I would think we need to stop work order if he's adding fill and we find out, like, if I understand this correctly, and he's adding more fill, he's not supposed to, we don't wanna like say, okay, keep adding fill.
yeah, we don't want him to keep making it worse.
So So I'm
So-
assuming on the plans, there's elevations, obviously. That's standard on the plan, the elevation.
Right, but again, but
So-
I'm
so
not an engineer to
I'm
go
not
there
saying
and
you
tell
are.
him,
So
right?
if Bonneville's engineer has, you should be able to go out with today's technology and see what the elevations are.
Right.
And if it's supposed to be whatever, 780.
Right.
And it's 784,
Yeah,
then we have a problem
right.
Okay, I need a motion.
with the stop work order.
Yeah.
Until we get the elevations.
Yes,
Okay,
to provide that information in the stop,
Did you
include
get
a
the
stop work order.
Yeah.
okay, perfect. And,
Second.
Second.
Set.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
and
Guys
Kevin,
have
as
it.
you know, the commission don't comment on any type of easement, so
No, I get that.
I just wanna make sure you understand that, okay.
This board, back when I was trying to stop the fighting between Saint Germain and myself with the drainage culvert and ditch that went through both properties, Skip Bellery said we had to have an easement. And on that original plan, it was for Saint Germain to give 10 feet, me to give 10 feet. Well, Saint Germain reneged on it, so I gave the easement through my property. And that's when this problem started.
All right.
Okay? But you don't have to be a geologist to see how much fill they put on
Right,
top of the
we're not
dirt.
arguing that he's not putting fuel, we're arguing if it is what was approved on the plan. So we need an engineer to verify
I get that.
Yeah,
The plan for his new house
Mm-hmm.
shows the concrete slab, the same point, the same height as the original house did, St. Germain's. All of the grades are the same on here on the plans. Nothing on that property matches any
Matched.
of these elevations.
we just need a
Okay.
professional engineer to verify that, and then we'll act
Once we have that
accordingly, yeah,
information.
when that information is submitted. Thank you.
All right, Kevin.
You gotta be happy that you got the barriers on Route 20 finally. For the people
It
not
doesn't
making,
make too much difference to me. I actually have my customers for a long time now.
Make the right.
Going around the back way.
yeah,
And coming out by the used car lot. And it's, the road hasn't affected me at all. As a matter of fact, one of the guys that, lives down at Cape, his truck got wrecked down there and he towed it up to my shop, the supervisor for White doing the job, which I thought was pretty nice.
and I'd just like to make one last comment. I gave the land back to the town.
Okay.
This guy's taking land from the town, from all of us. Because of whatever happened with the 2 orders with the state to remove all of that property. If you go down there, you see the mountain of rocks on the front of the yard is what they pulled out of the lake.
Yep.
Saint Germain used to have, you could pile 2 rocks on that shore, that's how low it was to the lake. It's not that way anymore.
All
And
right,
I
Kevin.
appreciate if you get the grades fixed, because it's shedding all over to my property.
The
Have a nice-
gra- the
All right,
grades,
have a Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
from the road,
Oh.
in front of his house, comes down over to my property, and when it rains, it comes inside my dog pen. Have a happy holiday.
thank you,
Merry
you
Christmas.
too. Then can I have that plan back, please?
Granby Meadow Shore Road, wetlands violation.
Yes.
Use them.
I can have that. Organized. I might just pass around so you can sign. So we did receive few phone calls related to a excavation happening near a resource area near number 3 Cranberry Meadow Shore Road. I requested Pete to go take a look at it. He did verify there was someone indeed on the tractor cutting it through a earth dam, trying to empty a swamp, drain it, the wetland. At that time, the person did not continue the work. We were not able to contact her. I left a few messages. And few days before Thanksgiving, I received more calls saying that the property owner was actively continue the work. By the time Pete once again arrived at the property, the work had been completed. So there is an earth dam that separates two resource areas. I'll pass the picture around.
You explain it.
The property owner, which it's under a trust, by the way. It's located on 0 Meadow Road.
Cranberry
Yep,
Meadow.
Cranberry Meadow Road, correct. So this is the swale that she dug in between, and then this area was drained. Clearly, I went there with Alan, so he could verify. The excavation.
What's Art Allen recommending?
So during the site inspection, we noticed that excavation of a historical field burn that bisects the wetland off Cranberry Meadow Road. The recent excavated area is noted there on that picture. The result was that the berm excavated was to drain the upgrading swamp. It was his understanding that no permit was issued for the work. Clearly, it's a violation of Wetlands Protection
Who
Act.
did the work?
The property owner.
with-
She did it herself?
Yes.
She operated the excavator?
Correct. Did you actually see
Oh, yeah.
that? Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
She was actually, you saw her doing it?
Oh, yeah.
How was she as an operator?
Oh, she saw me, she started driving away.
Oh.
So what's Art Allen recommending?
Well, she has to restore, so,
Put the berm back.
right, so the enforcement order was to file a restoration plan within 30 days. And the reason I issued the enforcement order, so she can do the work under the enforcement order. Clearly, she's not planning on developing on a swamp. So I sent that via mail to her and an email. I haven't heard back yet. I figured I'd give her a few
She's
more
just gonna, it
days.
sounds like she's gonna ignore you, because if you called her and she never called back.
She eventually called back on the second time, which I explained to her, this is a protected area under state regulations. You may not disturb within 100 feet without a permit. She was unaware of the regulation.
Okay.
So anyways, the enforcement order has been issued. She's been required to provide a restoration plan within 30 days, and which will bring it from the commission for approval, and then hopefully the berm will be restored to its original condition. And
All
that's
right.
what I have.
89 Cranberry
Yeah.
Meadow Road, Shore Road.
Hang on, do we need to vote on anything or no?
Yes, I need a motion to
Okay.
ratify the enforcement order.
Ratify?
Ratify, sorry.
Okay, thank
Yep.
I need a motion to ratify
Motion number.
enforcement order.
Thank
Second.
you.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. And then we got 89 Cranberry Meadow
Shore Road?
Shore Road.
Emergency, sir.
Oh, emergency certification. His well went dry.
Oh.
Oh,
So I issued an emergency certification so he could go ahead and do
Get
the
a well.
work.
Okay.
And they file a notice of intent after the fact, what he already has.
what kind of a well did he have?
I am not aware. Let me see if I have the information here.
Whoops.
I could see a shore,
Yeah, like
shallow
a
road.
shallow well, yeah, having issues.
Oh, let me see the plan.
Well, sometimes you know
Oh,
this over time, my friend.
Yeah, I left the plan in the
bottom
office.
valve
Over a
crowed
month
out.
without rain, you know,
They
they,
file for the next meeting, right? His
Yeah,
NOI.
it was a
I don't have the
shallow well.
plan in front of me, so I don't
Yeah,
know
but even with a
what it
regular
was
well,
before.
over
Okay.
time, the bottom gets plugged up, you're done.
Yes, it went dry.
do we have any other business?
I just need a motion to ratify the emergency certification.
Like we already did that.
Yes, we did.
No, you did for the enforcement.
For the
order.
well.
No, for the well.
This is for the
Oh.
well.
I need a motion to ratify the
The emergency
Emergency
certification,
emergency
yeah.
certification.
Made motion to ratify the emergency certification.
Any second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Just something, new business. We had some stormwater runoff in, on 241 Sturbridge Road, the big construction happening, which they have been having a very challenging time with the site since they're starting construction, but this time it did cross a budding property.
What is that? Is that Amazon?
No,
No.
241 Sturbridge, down the road. We don't know what's gonna be yet, but that's the big construction for the,
Not far from the gymnastics place.
it's past Amazon, down the road, across from,
Physical
So
therapy
left
place.
side
Yes.
going towards Springfield, left or right side?
Going to Springfield, left side.
same side as Amazon, continue
Okay.
going down.
Where they got the signs warning you about heavy trucks going in and out.
Yeah, we
Oh,
had.
yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that myself, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot, we had, they're really responsible in doing their best with the erosion control.
That's the state, right?
It's a challenging, site, but anyways, it crossed property lines, so clearly the butter, it's upset. So I have given them a stop work order to stop any type of, additional disturbance until they come up with an explanation why the basin do not support enough water and, and the runoff happened. So engineers are on it to verify if they need the basin needs to be bigger or sediments is on the bottom of the basin. And that was one violation. Then further down, we're close to, Hill Road, there was a wetland violation. So they had a soil runoff. They were stabilizing the slope, removing that top layer to add the seeds and a blanket. The rain hit it midway and then the runoff crossed, the erosion controls and, crossed again, abutting property line. So they are actively, cleaning up, updating, upgrading all the erosion controls, and we're waiting for their engineer to provide information related to the basin that was maybe not working properly, needs to be cleaned, or needs to be bigger.
Is that the one that the DOT might eventually use?
No, this basin is actually inside the site, like deep down, not on Route 20. They
Okay.
wouldn't have, and again, this is all temporary structures though. They're mandated to create it, to temporary structures while they're disturbing. This is always going to be changed with the, definitive ones.
All right, you have things to sign?
We do. Do anyone have any more question?
We need a motion to adjourn.
So we need a motion to adjourn.
Oh, but we still gotta sign them, so don't we sign them under the,
If you like, we usually
I
close.
need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Better than I thought it was gonna